Good evening, Weather First meteorologist Gary Frank here on this Weather Alert Day. I do want to keep you posted about what's going on the next few hours because we do have a threat of severe weather. Now, right now, it's as quiet as can be. And I think really around sunset, 7 to 8 o'clock, we'll start to see storms develop. And I want to take you outside of what's going on here because we continue to look at clear skies. We've had temperatures that warmed up significantly. Our daytime highs, we're on the high side. We're at 96 degrees. And I want to show you what's happening locally because the key for us is just how warm it's been. High temps today, 96 degrees. In many cases, that's still kind of where we are, 97 Jeff City, but you'll see that Scott Air Force Base. That one's not functional. But anyway, what we're going to continue to look at here is I want to show you the dew points because this is important for us when we talk about how much moisture is here. That's why it really hadn't been all that humid for this time of the year, really. We haven't seen these numbers in the 70s. You'll notice how many of them there are. And I think this moisture is going to start to drag into our area. Well, we'll start to see that actively start to go up. Temps in the upper 60s, low 70s, these dew points, they're going to start to go up even more over the next couple of hours. So that's going to be key for us to start getting moisture and honestly a bigger threat of some heavy local rainfall, which is good for us. I do want to take you to the main two risks that I think are in place here, and it's a wind damage risk that's elevated, and it's a hail risk that's elevated. The further, really, a lot of this is going to be developing in our mind for the next 3 to 4 hours. That's probably when we'll see more of that risk at the moment. There's a tornado watch in Iowa. That's not a risk for us, really. There is a lower end threat, but I do think that the main story for us is wind and hail. And those storms are going to develop between 7 and 9 o'clock. That's what I really think. And it's going to be on the bottom edge of this. And you'll start to see that get closer, interact with the humidity, and that's where we're finally going to see things pick up for us. So here's what's going on the next few hours, because Futurecast is going to show that as storms develop here between 7 and 9 o'clock, that's where I think they're interacting with most of the heat of the day. Sun's kind of going down there at that point, and we'll start to get more of that humidity in, and that's where I think we're going to see our best shot for severe weather. After that, it becomes more of a linear area of storms where it's reaching areas that are rain cooled. So while we'll still get another burst of rain, I don't think that we're going to see much more than maybe a 30, 40 mile an hour wind gust, but that's something to note. And I want to point that out because, you know, a lot of people worry about severe weather going to bed, things of that nature. You will hear storms, but I think they're going to generally weaken by 2 or 3 in the morning. So it's something to note. After that, it gets out of here pretty quickly. Now, potential rainfall is going to be something to watch very closely because, you know, you'll see a mixed bag everywhere from a few hundredths of an inch to 2/3 of an inch, and then there's some heavier pockets. And why it's like that is because we're going to see some of those storms pop up, and they'll be heavier just a mile or two down the road, and that's the way this is going to set up. I don't think this is a drought-busting rain at all, but it is going to give us our best bet. So tonight, strong storms, a south breeze at 10 miles an hour, gusts even higher, of course, in severe weather. But tomorrow, it's actually going to be a nice day, but it's much more breezy as temperatures are back in the mid-90s. We'll still remain in a weather alert as a result, but future wind speeds, I think, are going to be out of the west, gusts upwards of 30-plus miles an hour. In this next few days, we'll continue to see temps in the mid-90s, mid to upper 80s, low 90s. Then we're back into the extreme heat, but we'll continue to keep you posted here the rest of the evening about any watches or warnings that are in place here throughout the rest of the next several hours.